Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and happy Independence Day to all of you. 15th of August it is. This is the Hindu lesson. In the morning these lessons come, in the evening the MCQ lessons they come. And the biggest patriotic task you can do in your life, in your youth stage, is to get right education, to analyze the real issues, to know about the problems of this country, the real problems of this country, and when you understand the problems, then only you can give the solutions there. So that is why this issue is very crucial. And instead of being symbolic in our approach, when we are talking about the country and when we are showing our patriotic side and all, then instead of being just symbolic, we have to support our country truly, and your hard work, your education can support your country in true sense. So you are very much intelligent, and you are very much, what I can say, fortunately, when you are preparing for this prestigious examination, then you have the opportunity to understand each and everything about this country, its geography, its history, its culture, its economy, its polity, everything about the constitution, everything. So you are the person having the greatest opportunity to show the true patriotism there. Know everything about this country and look at those issues, and do not be like any other crowd, roadside crowd. You are not that person. You are on a different level, and you critically analyze these things, and you do not see the way average people are shown a different reality. You do not see that, because you can understand things on your own, because you have all those ideas. So this is something really true that you can do for your country. So fulfill your responsibility by knowing everything in its true sense, and develop the critically analytical ability there, and pass this examination, and that will be the biggest help for this country. And stay fearless, and stay raw, and stay honest in your approach. That is the thing, and only a brave person can stay honest. A weak person can never stay honest, and honesty is the dire need of this country today. When you will be in the system tomorrow, then you will have to be fearless, and you will have to be honest. Otherwise, we cannot see any great future for this country, because symbols will not support the country. 15th of August it is, guys, and 60% off is going on, and this is only valid till 16th of August. So you can call on these numbers, and you can visit the website also, where the chat section is available. Pocket News app is trending on Google Play, and the description you will get below the video, and you can call on these numbers for regarding all these courses. PDF you will get here, and Telegram channels link you will also find on this group. So you can send me a request, I would approve, and you will get the PDF there. You can follow me on Instagram too. And this is the sentence I was talking about. Now, first article, unethical actions, important for GS paper 2. It is talking about the party politics. You see, in the past, since 1970s, we have seen a kind of a condition in our politics that is never idle, and that is not ethical. They have adopted many approaches where political existence was the only aim. And this country was mired with all the corruption, all the negative issues around us. Our polity was disturbed, our economy was disturbed because of those things, and we could not make any progress there. So it was the phase since 70s. So consistently we have been very much hopeless in many senses. We have been very much hopeful, and we have seen great times in our country after independence phase. But this corruption issue, it has become normalized in a sense, and it is so ingrained and established in average person's mind that we do not see it as a problem. But this is the greatest problem of all. Today, on the Independence Day, you must understand that this extreme political ambitions of the people, and they want to survive there at any cost, this issue is the real root eater of this country. Here again, example, Sikkim Democratic Front, which is ruling Sikkim there, and Sikkim has made much progress there. I'm not supporting the party, but I'm just talking about the state of Sikkim there. Sikkim became the first organic state of this country, and a lot of good things we have seen about Sikkim in the recent past. Now, 10 MLAs from SDF, they are joining a different party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, the party in the center, and 2 others from SDF to the ruling Sikkim Krantikari Morcha. So SDF was ruling before these recent election, which was held 3 months back, and in that election, what was the condition? BJP got 1.6% votes, only 1.6% votes. So that means 98.4% people, they did not want that party to be in power there. But now 10 MLAs from SDF, they are defecting to BJP, and from SDF, 2 others are going towards the ruling Sikkim Krantikari Morcha. So this is not wrong. Okay, and as I told you that all parties, they have done in the past. But if we analyze the situation in the perspective of time, then was it right at that time, or is it right at this time? No, both the instances, these things are wrong. Now there is a trend today. People will say that you were not saying anything when that happened, and now you are saying and raising these kind of questions, and you are opposing everything. This is not the case. Both things are wrong. Whoever is raising question on any wrong thing, that is needed actually. And here, when they are doing something that was wrong 40 years back, 30 years back, 20 years back, if they are repeating that particular thing, then this is really unethical and unwanted, and it will destroy this country. And we are not understanding this scenario. We are giving a silent acceptance to all these things. These things are happening. This happened in Arunachal Pradesh in 2016, and now this is happening in Sikkim. And it's a border state. We all know about that. It's a sensitive state. And when these elected MLAs, they are going to a party which was not accepted in the elections, means it is not the people's will. So what kind of trend is that? This is in front of us, and it is not about a particular party. It is about this trend that people get opportunity, they have some fear, or maybe they are getting some offer, maybe they are getting some gift from the other side, and they are deflecting from the party. So anti-defection law will not be applicable. Why? Because more than 2/3 of these party, they are joining some other party. So this is not the case of anti-defection law. Anti-defection law came in 1985, and it was added later. So Schedule 10 it is, and it was needed, and it has some problematic issues also. Needed, why? Because people they were changing party very frequently. Why there is a problem? Because individual opinion of the elected representative is not there when we apply this issue, because it supports the party system more, the anti-defection system, this anti-defection law actually. And here this anti-defection law will not be applicable. That is okay, means it is not legally wrong, but ethically it is extremely wrong. Why this is happening consistently and very intensively? What is the need here? Are these people not capable? If these are not capable, then why we are hoping that they would do something great by joining some other party? So is that a great difference in the opinions? Is some party against the people? Is some party is very pro people? Is it the case? No, clearly no. So what is this issue? It is all the case of political existence and creating dominance, and we have to see about this issue. And today on Independence Day, we need to look upon this this most severe form of the problem in our country, which is making this system a hollow system, because it is apparently clear what is their aim. Their aim is only political existence. They are not caring about the people's mandate or the people's choices, because it is nowhere reflected. Only thing that is reflected, that they want to exist there. Now the RPA Act 1951 mandates that a person convicted under the Prevention of Corruption Act cannot contest an election for 6 years after release. But now the ruling SKM is there, and the leader PS Gole alias Prem Singh Tamang, he is the chief minister, but he is not an elected person. And this RP Act said that if that person has gone to jail, if that person is convicted in the Prevention of Corruption Act, so dire act, then he cannot contest an election for 6 years after release, means he is not eligible to get elected there. And why? Because he was there in jail for 1 year in and under this Prevention of Corruption Act. So clearly a corrupt person sitting on a chief minister's seat. And it is also against the Supreme Court's order which came in 2001, that court decided that appointment of a person to the office of chief minister who is not qualified to hold it should be struck down at the earliest. It was the case of Jayalalitha there in Tamil Nadu. So court said that if that person is not qualified, means these apparent charges are there, and if he or she is a corrupt person, then he should not be there at the post, and the claim must be struck down at the earliest. So is it justified for PS Gole to be seated there? So these things are in front of us, apparently in front of us, and we know about the motives and the happenings, but still there is no question, because we are mired in our own problems, and whatever chance we have, whatever time we have, whatever space we have, we are stuck in these over enthusiastic issues which are going on always in media, and these crucial problems we are not observing. But you can do that, because you are preparing for this examination and you have that focus and you have that knowledge, you have that analytical ability, that you can observe these things and you can see the problem with these crucial issues. So that's why it's an issue. Next, symptom as cause. Auto sales slump reflects a pervasive lack of demand. You see, there are many issues. We have been discussing this issue, that almost 19 years low is there in this particular segment, and in the passenger vehicles dispatches they have plunged to 31% all time low, means lowest in 19 years. And domestic sales, they are also slumping to 19% if we compare the last July's data. So this is nowhere good. It is the brightest sector supporting the economy's growth, and now that's why the growth is stuck, because these kind of sectors are struggling a lot. Banking is struggling a lot, NBFC sector struggling a lot, and here this automobile sector. And regarding the core sector growth, we have seen it has reached up to 0.2%. So it's an alarming situation, surely alarming situation. Although we had an article yesterday that was showing that it's a specific sector where problems are going on, and because many of the uncertainties are there, like the electric vehicles approach, that they are promoting them heavily and supporting them with the finances and all, but it's not so early that electric vehicles will get a hold on the market, because these are very expensive vehicles. Normal people cannot buy those vehicles, and here the consumption of the coal and the conventional fuels, that is rising with the time. We expect something else, but in some separate article in the newspaper today, it is saying that renewable energy sector is not getting a major push there. The financial support is also going majorly towards the coal consumption and those plants there. So we are still there on that path. We are hoping, we are claiming, we are planning for a different future with renewable energies and all these electric vehicles and all, but things are not on the ground yet. Okay, yeah, if you see the situation of electric vehicles, then the charging stations are not there, and the production of these vehicles is not there. Why? Because already we are stuck with these IC engine based vehicles. Their sales are stuck. So this sector and these companies are facing a lot of problems. FADA said about this issue, they said that 15,000 contract workers, notice this thing, contract workers, these are very important workers, the permanent workers, and they have lost their jobs. 15,000 contract workers and non-contract workers, their numbers are in lakhs that they have lost their jobs. So in last 3 months, this is the scenario, and it is actually not stopping here. It is continuing, and bigger crisis we will see in this sector, because there is no hope in the near future. So that's why it's a real problem. Diwali is about to come in next 2-3 months. So we may see a recovery, but it will not be sufficient, that's for sure. So it's a case of sluggish demand and sometimes no demand at all. So some reasons are there, like liquidity crunch with the NBFC industry, because these vehicles are mostly financed by these NBFCs like Bajaj Finance and all. We know about all these things. So NBFC industry is facing a big crunch, liquidity crunch, and the GST issue. Government recognizes these vehicles as luxury items, and that's why they are in a highest slab of 28%. So 28% GST is charged on cars, motorcycles, and scooters. So that's why it is a big mood off for the people when they see that 28% is only the GST. And insurance cost, they have also gone up, and that's why these companies, they are not able to come up with a futuristic plan, and they are not able to assess properly. In 2012, Maruti Suzuki invested 1700 crore rupees. But now it is the scenario that they are stopping the sales of diesel vehicles by this company, because people are not buying those vehicles, and the prices of the diesel, they have shot up, and those are already very expensive, and the prices of the diesel, they are close to the petrol one. So why they will buy the diesel vehicle? They are more expensive, and the life of the petrol vehicle is comparatively high. So that's why these are the reasons that companies are not able to make right and proper plans, and many uncertainties regarding these BS4, BS6 norms, and the environmental issues and all, and the fuel issues, and the consumption of the cleaner fuel there. So a lot of issues are going on, and ultimately this industry is facing a big crunch there. Okay, so they need to bring a solution for this problem, because it's a huge sector and it gives confidence to the economy. But now that confidence is shaking very heavily, and if very soon they will not recover, then this is the case of shattered hopes, because many showrooms, they are closed down, because in the passenger vehicle sector, this slump is going on for 9 months now, and it's a very long phase if we see the industry's condition, and that's why lakhs of jobs are lost, and the recovery is not happening. Tomorrow we will discuss yesterday's article, the specific one where they were talking about the situation of the economy, where we are not a developed economy, our per capita incomes are not raised up to that level, but still our confidence is on a different side, and things are unique, because according to the normal trends, this is not the case with the issue of consumption and the unemployment issue. The unique condition which is there in our economy today, that is not usual. We have seen a decline in consumers' confidence since the starting of this year, but this was the case for the last 2 years, and many confusions have been here, and the case of unemployment is also rising for the last 2-3 years, but the conditions suddenly changed from the starting of this year. So it is seen in the consumer confidence survey also, which was done by RBI. So many data are reflected here, and there is a case of automobile sector also. So many combined issues are there, and we will see bigger articles in the next week. Okay, so let's see. In last week we had many articles regarding Kashmir issue. Now some articles will come on the economy issue. In this article of Assam situation, all things are well discussed, and we know about all the issues. Only thing which is new here as a point, we can take that Supreme Court said that in this Citizenship Act, some provisions are there, and according to that we can decide that births up to December 3, 2004, these kids will be eligible for citizenship, and they will be added in the NRC if they have a single parent from India, means they have the Indian citizenship status, so they will be included, but not after that. So that's a unique situation, and there are other issues going on of the doubtful voters and all. So if we consider all of these numbers, then it will be close to 15 lakh people. The excluded numbers might touch 15 lakh people, and which would include the 4 lakh out of the initial 40 lakh people when in the first instance 40 lakh people were excluded, and out of those 40, around 10% they did not bring any claim. Means these 4 lakh people will be included in these 15 lakh numbers. So close to 15 lakh people will be stateless. What is the plan with the center? What is the plan with the state? Both these entities, they do not have any specific and robust plan to accommodate these stateless people. Bangladesh has clearly said that we will not accept any of the person. Now, what is going to happen with these people? What is the future of these people? Are we going to put all these 15 lakh people in the detention centers? Because this is the only visible option today. In Golpada, they have constructed a 45 crore rupees detention center, and that will accommodate around 3,000 detainees. So they are creating infrastructure for these detainees. So are we going to be a country where detention camps will run? And these detention camps are very much infamous, and always there are humanitarian issues wherever these centers are running in any country. We have seen the case of China. Many allegations are there, many issues are there, many crisis like situation we have seen, because these people are not given any constitutional rights or something, and they are heavily exploited, and they are not even second or third class citizens. They are detainees, and stateless people, they can be exploited in any way. But we are not that kind of a country. At least in the past, we have not been that kind of a country. We have been a unique country, and it's a great situation here. Throughout the history, we have not done these kind of things. But here, people will say that how much we can support. That's a legitimate case. And here we should support the government that we cannot accommodate all the people. But now we cannot face off from the situation. It's a unfortunate situation that we have this demographic problem, and immigration was certainly there. Many people are really illegal immigrant, and their numbers are there in lakhs. But not all of these people are actually illegitimate. And what is the intention? The way it is being done, that is the biggest problem here. NRC exercise, the way it is running, that's a problem. It is under the supervision of Supreme Court, but many issues are still there. And now the biggest question, and that's the most legitimate question, that what you are going to do about these 15 lakh people, because for sure they will be declared as illegitimate and the stateless. So what is the plan with you people? So detention centers will have to be there if they are going in a similar manner, because they are not coming up with any new solution there. So government has to bring a new solution. Both state government and both central government, they both must have plans, and it is going to be a big crisis, because 15 lakh people is not a small number, and you cannot put all these people in the detention centers. So what's going to happen? We have to see. Bigger articles will come when the final verdict will come there. State government on its part, it is only playing a role where it is consistently creating these detention centers in the name of solution. So is it the biggest solution? Detention centers, are these centers the greatest answer to the problem? We need to see. That's the case. So thanks a lot. Keep watching. We'll meet again tomorrow. It's a small lesson today, and enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.